Hello, my name is Arush Gupta. I'm in my fifth year right now. That's my final year of stay at the institute. I'm doing my IDDDP in electrical in the microelectronics specialization. My parent department is mechanical, so that's my B.Tech will be in mechanical. And I opted for the without honors option in electrical. So that's my I'll be getting my MTech degree. It would be called MTech without honors, specializing in microelectronics, electrical engineering. So in the regular dual degree program, you needed about 9 postgraduate level courses over and above your BTech load. So that's 9 postgraduate level courses, half of which your department decides for you, and the other half you get to choose from the elective list that your department provides. Right? In the IDDDP, you get to do a minimum of 4 postgraduate level courses, and of course the MTech project is there, the dual degree project, and get like an MTech without honors degree. So that's a huge jump, right? Like from 9 postgraduate level courses to down to 4, and you get all of that extra time you can utilize in either exploring your own interests or taking up courses in a department that is not the same as your either of your parent department or your IDDDP department, and then you can just explore different things at that point in time. So I found that to be really liberating in the sense that you have all of this liberty to choose how you spend your time. So this was one very interesting thing that I found about going, working, like transitioning from one branch to a different branch, was that each branch has uh, a perspective, a very unique perspective to offer to you. When I was in mechanical, I was very curious about the nature of methodologies they used in their experiments or theory or applications, right? Um, and when I came to the electrical engineering department, I saw a whole plethora of different kinds of methodologies being used. That was one thing that intrigued me, that you can learn the nature of methodologies involved in one branch and then decide if that if those are the kinds of methodologies that you'd like to apply to or that you'd like to learn about. I found that I was more interested in the kind of methodologies or the lens or the kind of perspective of the natural world that the electrical engineering department uses, especially uh, in the field of nanoelectronics. So I think being aware of these methodologies or just the nature, you don't really have to be aware of what's going on exactly, but you do need to be aware of how whatever is going on is going on. So if you have like a good uh, overarching perspective of what's happening, I think that will really help you decide in terms of uh, what you would like to do, like in terms of the kind of the kind of methodologies that you'd like to get to learn about, and that'll help you decide the discipline that you'd like to switch for your IDDDP to as well. So in terms of minor courses, I think there was a minimum requirement for like 18 credits worth of courses to be done in the department that you're applying for. Or it was that either that like either you've done 18 credits worth of courses, or you have been working with a professor in the department. I don't think the rules have changed till now, but if they have, I'm not sure. Other than that, I don't think you need to be familiar with the department other than with the professor that you want to work with. So it's always a good idea to go ahead and ask the professor whose work you're interested in, uh, to ask them for a project or to ask them for literature review or something of that sort, to get familiar with what they're working on. The IDDDP is more focused on research rather than coursework. So I don't think you need to be very familiar with the with the coursework. Of course, you need to have like some amount of basics that of course you can get through exposure via project work as well. So I don't think it's like a hard requirement that you need to have done these many courses. But then again, it's like it would be department specific. So in terms of courses and projects, again, very department specific. Your department might require you to do some supervised research project, as they did for me in the electrical engineering department. They usually have information that you'll need during your application process as well. So definitely keep in touch with them regarding how many courses you need to have done, or how many courses uh, are mandatory. Is it more than four? Because depending on the circumstances, the department has the liberty to increase the minimum number of courses that you need to have done, even for the MTech without honors degree, to beyond four. Um, so yeah, so keep in touch with them about information like this, like what exactly is it that's required. And again, this will be very department specific, so you'll have to get in touch with the concerned authority. So I was already enrolled in the regular dual degree program, that was the mechanical B.Tech plus M.Tech program. Um, and by the time I had started working with my current DDP guide, that was at the end of my fifth semester, right? I thought that I wanted to explore outside of I wanted to explore things outside of the regime of mechanical engineering, um, in terms of the point of view that that branch gave me. I wanted to learn about things from a different perspective. And I found that the work with my professor, I found that that was really fascinating, that the point of view that that work gave me. So that's why I started considering IEEE over my the regular dual degree program in mechanical. So the work with my professor, it involved a fair bit of physics. Like, it's mostly physics. It's like at the interface of physics and electrical engineering. Because of this newfound liberty that I had with the MTech without honors options, like you just need to have done four postgraduate level courses, right? Um, because of that liberty, I thought that that would be great, because then I'd be able to do more courses in the physics department. And that's why I took the MTech without honors option. So I had already started working with my current DDP guide at the end of my fifth semester. I wanted to apply for the IEEE at the start of my sixth semester, but I realized that the IEEE was only open at that time for the B.Tech students. Fortunately, it opened up for the regular dual degree folk at the end of my seventh semester. So now even everyone can apply, irrespective of if you're in B.Tech or if you're in a regular dual degree program. So for me, the IEEE has been really great, because I was able to explore these new things, have a new lens in hand to view the physical world with, um, because of this transition from mechanical to electrical. And the liberty to choose courses, that was great, because I had so much time on my hands that I used up in thinking about a plethora of different things. Um, in terms of the peer group, yeah, I started interacting more with my friends from the electrical engineering department. So that was pretty great as well. Um, yeah, so overall it was a slightly turbulent experience at the beginning, because I wanted to go for the IEEE but couldn't. But then it was made available, so then I was euphoric about it. Um, and then, but then it was pretty smooth from there on. So yeah, it was a pretty great experience that way. I'd say just be aware of what you feel you're missing out on. If you I mean, going interdisciplinary is usually good for people who feel like they're missing out on something, because if you are missing out on something, then that void can be filled with something else, um, which is, I guess, what the IEEE is for. And then you can go into that, the the second branch, and then absorb that perspective, and then do like really cutting edge stuff at the interface of these two branches, or even apply the principles that you'd learned in your bachelor's into here, into this, into the work that you're doing in your master's thesis. So that's really cool. But if you feel like you're missing out on something, then dig deep into your own branch, see if you can find something that fits in there. If it doesn't, then you can find what you're missing out on, and analyze what you're missing out on, and then go out and search for where you could possibly find that. And that's how, of course, that's another way of deciding what branch you'd like to do your IEEE in. So I hope this information has been helpful for you, and thanks for listening.